And hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to the Fae Realm. We are back. It's been a long year this week.
1000%.
Between a lot of traveling, everything happening in the world, all of the things, it just has been kind of a time TM. But we are here. Most of us are here, and I will be reading a statement from Andrew here very shortly. But hi, everyone. It's good to be here. It's good to be back. How's y'all doing?
I'm chill. I am relaxed. I have my favorite music on. I'm thriving.
Hell yeah.
I'm moisturized. I'm staying in my lane.
Oh, why start now? To stay in your lane,
Got
I mean.
lipstick.
Stay moisturized.
Yes. Stretch every day. Stay moisturized, people.
Drink lots of water. Very important. So yeah, I'm gonna get some housekeeping out of the way straight away. You will notice that we continue to be diminished, and that is going to be on a more permanent basis because scheduling, the BBEG. We adore Andrew to bits and itty bitty tiny pieces, and are very, very sad that the BBEG of scheduling has taken him out. But as I always say about these streams, especially because I ain't paying. Real life and work have to take precedence over even the most fun game, unfortunately. So Andrew gave me permission to read the chonky paragraph that he sent talking about everything.
He will never say something in 8 words that could be said in 80.
That is one of like 5 reasons that I'm careful to keep my messages either short or separated into 2-sentence paragraphs when I send you things.
Breaks. I need breaks.
Your eyes need breaks.
Yeah.
He wrote, "Hey all, just to let you all know for certain, I'm going to be dropping from the campaign at this juncture. The way my schedule is, it's just too wonky and unreliable for me, at least for now. That being said, Adam and I are talking about some potential ideas, but we'll cross that bridge at the appropriate time. Meantime, I want you all to know that I love playing with you, and I hope the wild brought some joy and excitement into your experience. Tania and Dane, I am so glad I got to meet you. You're both great in your own ways, and I would really enjoy playing with either of you again. Chris and Tiana, you guys know I love you, and you've both always got a special place in my heart. Playing with this group did me a lot of good after the issues with my previous group, and it was due in no small part to the support and encouragement you guys gave me. Adam, I can get all mushy about you, but suffice to say, you're excellent at what you do, and just about any GM worth their salt would be able to learn a thing or two from you, and the effort you put into your games make them very special indeed. I'm proud to have been a part of this cool project and to have shared it with each of you. We are hoping to be able to get him in at least long enough to have him sent off officially by way of the Raven Queen, because this is kind of unsatisfying. But if it doesn't work out that way, then it doesn't work out that way, and life just kind of be like that. But again, we adore Andrew to the ends of the world and are very sad that this is the way that things have to be right now.
I love you, Andrew.
Yeah. So, with all of that last piece of house, yeah, I'm going to miss him too. With all of that housekeeping, we currently have 3 in the Deadpool, 3 charges in the Deadpool, just so you all know. And I guess with that, that's all I got to yap about. I'll pass that back over to you, Adam.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Good to be with those of us who have yet to be tadpoled and have yet to praise the absolute. And so,
praise the sun.
If you're still of a sound mind, welcome to a small escape from encroaching nihilism, or resurfacing, perhaps. Speaking of which, this is death, and we left off last time having begun to come up with you might call the concept of a plan. and to come up with an idea of how we might approach the assassination of the one in charge, of the one who, on a daily basis, tries to take a calf and make it a little bit better, to take it and make it more perfect, to make it great again, and always kind of falling a little bit short of being able to accomplish that task. Much to the torment and dismay of the people that live there, stuck in a perpetual dream, or if unfortunate to be awake, to find themselves starving. And while asleep, they must labor and toil to build this Empress's great projects. But the party has discovered a weakness, possibly her children. In some strange twist, her children exist in the waking world in the form of strange abominations, one taking the form of a collection of teeth, another form of mist, another creature covered in eyes, and another a living sapling, a tree. And by reuniting them and satisfying the needs of the spirit, they are left with small golden tokens, which cause the great Jiangshi who protect the area, who guard against intruders, to vanish and die. They have also discovered that there is a strange connection between the waking and sleeping world, one where one may affect the waking into sleeping and vice versa. But the way is not always obvious or clear. I believe when we left off, we were still we had returned to the mansions, and I believe everybody was awake. Or were we still in the Gwai Wheat Center? Help me remember that.
We were in the Gwai Wheat Center, about to take a long rest.
I see. All right, and then in that case, you have indeed completed your long rest. You know, trying.
Heal?
Yes, you have recovered everything. And thanks to the training given to you by Tang Song, you were able to awaken again. And of course, in Loraphyra's case, sleep isn't an option anyway. And so it's not been a danger. For the first time since arriving in a calf, you are fully rested, fully energized, and perhaps ready to enact your assassination. So, will take us to the Gwai Wheat Center in the waking world.
That's got to be fun to keep track of, where we are and which stage of it we are in.
I do have a separate map for the awake and not awake versions of most of the places. Yeah, it does get a bit confusing, but you know, I'm doing my best.
Adam's over here like, please finish a cath and move on.
That reminds me, I do need to actually go ahead and see about putting up a subscription to JPEKU and his wonderful maps that we were seeing today.
Yeah, you've been seeing him just about every time.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored, but totally would be.
Yeah, happily, very happily.
Yeah, no, I pay $5 a pop for these, and it's money well spent because it saves me probably a good 2 hours each from making a different version in Incarnate that's not going to look quite as nice, even if it's more exact to what I'm imagining. So, not bad.
Enough for government work.
You know, getting those 2 hours back is worth the $5.
I think so. So, when you wake up, I'm going to say that Jean-Mu has been trying to keep himself awake, watching over you. And he's kind of doing this one. He keeps almost nodding off. Yeah, you finished sleeping? Are you going to go?
I believe that is the plan. Did you finish that fish?
Almost immediately. It was tasty.
Excellent. Maybe we'll find another one for you before we leave.
I would imagine in a world where I can eat easily 3 times every day and sleep at night and then awake in the morning and do it again.
It's a good dream. We'll do everything in our power to see that that one comes true.
In that case, I want to make an investment. Take these. And he provides you with something not terribly impressive, but when you consider the context, dried beef is as good as gold.
Oh, wow.
These are my secret rations. Use them to finish what you've come to do.
You sly dog. Keeping some meat on the side. Good on you. Good on you.
Yeah. But if you fail, I won't have it. So you better do it.
I promised you fish, and I brought you fish. Now I promise you freedom. And I will die before I vouch on that.
You're no good. Dead.
True enough.
Thank you for your generosity.
This is completely selfish.
Of course it is.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get out of here.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
He hobbles weakly and slumps in the corner, closes his eyes, and allows himself to drift.
Jean-Mu, are you asleep?
He appears to be asleep.
Well, not to be ungrateful or anything, but if anyone around here can tell if there's anything else magical left in this house, take a look. We'll be heading out soon.
Not my area of expertise. But I think I will leave these instead. She'll leave a couple of the regular rations just tucked into his She feels bad that he gave up his extra stash for us.
What a softie.
Aw.
Drausken is actually like full on eating one right now because he gave up his food to fulfill his debt. So he's
Yes.
like, oh, good.
Yum 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 yum. Loraphyra will have a look around the wares to see if anything strikes her as being interesting or magical.
Excellent.
Yi-Ling, remember that when we are done here, this will be the last dream he ever dreams.
We can get more rations at the carnival, assuming we survive. And it is all he has left.
I understand.
No skin off my nose,
So to speak.
so to speak. Also, I need to dig through the bag of holding. I got from the last place. She pulls out 3 different mirrors. Who does not have one of these? Lynn, I know you have one. Loraphyra. And then for you as well, Drausken.
Do mirrors help?
Sure.
If I recall correctly, then looks at Night Eyes. Don't these turn them away?
Yes.
Well, fantastic.
Given
By the by, I have an earlier investment from our host here. Some kind of silken robe. He said it was supposed to be protective against these creatures. It's not really my style and be lost under the armor anyway. And he'll pull out the what was it, a spider silk robe or something like that.
What it was? Did we ever identify it?
the robe of ghost hair silk, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. I'll hit show to players so you can just see it.
Yeah, I just couldn't find it in the list of items.
Yeah, it's under Story, Akath, and Zamu's shop. It's buried in a weird corner.
Washed in vinegar. Actually, vinegar is a good thing to use as a fabric softener. Just saying.
But it's also good ghost repellent.
I found that out when I was staying with Dane and his wife this last weekend. I did some. I
And
did
it
some
turns out you
laundry
were
there.
ghost free.
You know, I wasn't dealing with ghosts before that, but who knows? Maybe I just enjoy salt and vinegar chips that much.
Among the other items in Zanmu's shop is a magnifying glass, a pair of golden lion figurines, an hourglass, a necklace of prayer beads, a rust bag of tricks, and a bag of devouring. A garbage disposal.
Yi-Ling's drawn to those prayer beads, actually.
Loraphyra was kind of side-eyeing those two.
If we can afford but a few minutes, I could, as asked, discern if there is any lingering enchantment on these objects.
Please. I think
That is
that
fair.
is time well spent.
In the meantime, and he'll toss the ring of spell storing that he picked up earlier to Loraphyra.
Okay.
Ooh,
Indeed,
okay.
the golden lions are wondrous items.
Ooh.
It's Guinevere.
Oh, cool.
but
I love
lions.
these.
In addition, of course, in this version, they look like the lion dog guardians with the super.
Of
One with the
course.
ball and the one with the child.
The magnifying glass is a magnifying glass, but
Love
you know,
those.
who knows?
Never know when you might need that.
You know, you might fight giant ants. And you might need them.
Concentrated heat damage.
The hourglass is also an hourglass.
Hooray.
Helps draw women. And then
Only if you're lazy.
Or your Chuck Jones.
Yeah.
Only if you're lazy.
He's one of the, I mean, creator, main animator behind Bugs Bunny. Probably not lazy, but anyway, let's see.
Bugs Bunny. All right.
The necklace of prayer beads is here.
Ooh.
Now it says
We're both like free.
attunement by cleric, druid, or paladin, But of course, this
Oh.
being a cath, I need you to assume that instead of these little cylinders, what you're actually seeing are the large sort of Mongolian beads.
That's what I was imagining. That's why I was drawn towards them.
And they are attunable by a monk,
All yours.
because that would be stupid not to.
DM fiat. That's stupid. I object.
I object.
Did the Wizards of the Coast just appropriate these away from monks?
I think
Yeah, I
they
think
forgot they wrote monks. I'm pretty sure, because there's no items for monks specifically in the DMG period.
That is something that has
Gosh.
frustrated me to no end when I've played monks. I actually talked Thomas into doing like enchanted hand wraps so that I could have like enchanted fists of fury.
Yeah, they did forget there's, a religious component to the martial arts, not just martial arts.
Yeah.
FYI, Baldur's Gate 3, tons of monk gear. But every single piece is made up by them.
BG3 is wildly generous to monks. Perhaps more than any other game I've ever seen.
In comparison to
More than they
Watsy.
should be. It's like they're making up for it.
Proven monk apologists.
Amazing.
The other thing, of course, was the Rust Bag of Tricks, which allows you to summon fuzzy things.
Those are always
It lets you get a rat, an owl, a mastiff, or a goat, or a giant goat, or a giant boar, or a lion, or a brown bear.
Which we'll have to name, of course.
I mean, obviously, this is a requirement.
And probably much to the desperate chagrin of Ikath citizens, you cannot butcher and eat these animals. They disappear.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Chaos Agents found that out with Norman the Boar.
The hard way.
Boy, did we. Norman hated us after that. And every time he came back, he was so mad.
The art was really good, though. All right.
So,
And then there's
the
also the
bag
Bag of Devouring.
no.
The
Computer, what are you
the
doing?
cloak of protection Drausken already has and is wearing. He just hasn't had an opportunity to attune to it.
I mean, I guess you have now.
Right.
Wow.
But aside from that, he pretty much is like, the rest of you take these things, I'm not going to be in a situation in combat where I'm going to be digging through my bags looking for a fuzzy ball to throw at bad guys that are up in my face.
I love everything about that sentence.
Well, Yi-Ling excels at throwing things. she'll take whatever animals.
Yeah, take the Rust Bag of Tricks. That shit's fun.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want it.
Well, I'm also. What does this ghost silk do? Just disadvantage landing. Sounds fear.
I'm gonna snag if no one else does, looking specifically at Lynn. But we need to take those golden lions.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are just too cool. I defer to Lynn as the first one who should have this particular charge, partially because animals, partially because Ikath. But if she doesn't want them, I'm taking them.
Oh yeah, I'll take them.
All yours.
I need. Adam, do I need to roll for the beads on the necklace?
Go ahead.
Yeah. 1d4 plus 2. Hello, roll 20. Thank you. Jesus God. Oops, I'm on the wrong little thing there.
Womp womp.
All right. Well, Tania rolling, it's fine. 3 magic
I
beads.
feel ya.
Made from aquamarine, black pearl, or topaz, and then non-magical beads. Blah blah blah. All right. Then the DM decides the type of each bead on the necklace, or determines it randomly. So 3 beads. What should they be?
Beads. What should they be?
Okay. Roll a d20 3 times and that's it.
There we go. 17, 8, and 3.
All right, so 17 is smiting, 8 is curing, And 13 is favor.
Favor. Cool.
Not a bad combination.
Let's see, so a bloodstone,
This is the important stuff.
moonstone. Yeah, obviously, clearly, and a fire opal. Got it. Okay.
Does my new bling match with the rest of my outfit?
Yi-Ling doesn't care about that, but I gotta know what kind of stones they are for my imagination. My daydream cinematic universe is very important.
That is very important. You know,
Absolutely.
that is. I 100% agree with that.
Loraphyra has slipped on the ring of spell storing. Does she sense any current spells within it, or?
Oh no.
I thought we had.
I don't
determined
remember. I
that-
feel like you may have, but if you did, it was with Dane, and my brain has completely dumped that.
I see. Okay. Let's see. When found, it contains 1d6 -1 levels of stored spells chosen by the DM. Yeah, I'm almost certain I did, but I don't remember what they are either. And so here you go. I rolled a
Yay!
6, so you get 5 charges
Sweet.
or 5 levels of spells at a time. Oh, I think I remember now. I think they were literally all magic missile. So you have 5 levels of magic missile.
I hope that's true because that's amazing.
Yes. I vaguely remember that. Unless I'm thinking of a different group and
You
I'm
might
mixing
be.
it in my brain.
You might
Could
be,
be.
but I am going to absolutely accept that the only spell stored in there is magic missile.
It's the only spell you need, honestly. It's so good.
It is very good.
I literally made a wizard in 3rd edition whose whole shtick
Oh,
was just
yeah.
magic missile. It was just
Yep.
all of the meta magic on magic missile.
Yep.
Silent
Yep.
magic missile, swift magic missile, empowered magic missile.
Magic missile.
9th level.
In-
magic missile.
Baldur's Gate 3 again. There are quite a few items that buff magic missile,
Amazing.
and that makes for a very fun Gale time.
Magic
In
missile.
in 3rd edition, I don't remember what it's called. Maybe Missile Swarm or Missile Storm. But it's a high-level version of the spell that affects an AoE. And you're just
Yeah.
like, that 20-foot circle over there is just pelted with magic
It's
missiles.
just machine gun in that area.
Magic AC, like ICBM.
Right.
I think there was even a Dragon magazine, like prestige class or something, that was just about casting magic missile.
I love it.
You know, it's so fun. You don't miss. That's why that should literally be what you play every time, Dane. Of course, you'll roll 1s on all the 4s, right?
Womp
that'll-
womp.
In general, no.
You know, it wouldn't be that bad if I had, what is it? My grandfather's pipe? Yeah. Whenever you roll a 1 on a d4, you treat it as a 2 instead. Unfortunately, Drausken doesn't roll d4s for anything.
For anything. Well, we'll see. Maybe if something will come up.
Amazing.
Keep that in mind when someone gives you guidance.
It's true.
Or bless.
Or bless.
True. Or if I make you roll for items.
Knowing my luck, 1 would be the good item, and then it just gets bad as it goes up. Like, oh, well, that would have been a Vorpal sword, but now it's +1 longsword.
It's a potion of animal friendship.
That is, we have determined that is an S tier spell, sir.
Yep,
No,
and the-
that would speak with animals, but still.
Yes, speaking of the animals is super fun.
Truly. Is anyone
Where are
know-
these items? I
they're-
closed boxes and now I
They're
can't find.
under the tab story, domain chapters, Ekath, Jean-Mu's shop.
Story. I did not think to look under story for
in
items.
the most
I don't know.
unintuitive spot.
Adam just wanted to make sure we'd never stumble across them.
If I were organizing this, that's where I'd put it.
Thank you.
Does
Thank you.
Does
My
anyone
Strixhaven folders are the same way.
Strixhaven is just a mess anyway.
Yeah, and I've
Just
got
move on,
several items on the main journal that haven't been put anywhere yet. They're just sitting on top of the whole game.
I see them.
Oh,
Would-
for pity's sake.
Would the robe of ghost hair silk be good for Loraphyra?
Well, I was wondering if one of us should take it. Not Lynn. That would be weird. I mean, probably.
I'm just thinking, who has the capacity to have, undead make fear checks? And fighters probably not it.
Valid.
If you have a
I mean,
menacing strike.
what do I look like? A paladin?
No,
mean-
that's Battle Master.
Sure. I've actually never played Battlemaster. That's one that I should play at some point.
It's broken.
It's probably the best fighter. Well, out of the core anyway.
Yeah, no one talks about Echo Knight. Okay, that's not
Yeah.
allowed.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because it's a mercer.
It's because it's busted. That's why.
It's a mercer subclass. Of course, it's busted.
It's.
I'd have to look through my spells again, but I don't think I have anything that makes them save against fear.
Do you turn undead?
That's not technically fear. I looked.
You're right.
It's turning.
They get turned.
I mean, get turned up. I mean,
It counts as fear now.
It does.
Yeah.
Then I
Sure that it doesn't count.
then I will absolutely take that.
Disadvantage on turn checks? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I am officially signing an executive order that turning is now fear.
Hell yeah.
Well, at least there's one good one.
I'll just make sure that I'm not anywhere near Lynn if she ever has to try and make fear checks.
Oh, don't worry. I am very good at being very far away from the rest of you.
Valid. All right. With all of our spoils divvied up, I think we have a tree girl to go talk to. That's a sentence.
So, I was going to suggest perhaps visiting the mansions again.
Finding
Because that is where the eye girl is.
yes,
That was when we last saw her.
that is true, and I suppose that going back to the palace when we're ready to go and deal with the tower is likely the best option.
Right. From the sounds of it, there were lots of guards at the palace. Not many guards in the mansions. It's your call, of course, representative of the Raven Queen.
I can't decide if you're saying that with acid in your mouth or not.
I'm saying it with rum in my mouth.
I'm sure he says everything with acid in his mouth. It's just
Valid.
the way he talks.
This is true. I do think that you are right, though. If we can sort out what the girl of many eyes needs and get that sorted quickly, we can head back and start assailing the tower.
All right,
Before
so
we
you...
do-
Go ahead.
Before we depart, I just wanted to, Drausken, thank you. Thank you for looking out for Sume and for Wai Ching when I couldn't be there for them.
Well, at the risk of sounding like our dear host here, my motivations were entirely selfish.
No, they are, of course, they are no more than strangers to you, but you showed them kindness nonetheless.
I have no reason to show anything but kindness to those who are not my enemies.
I'm sure they would have been fond of you in their living years.
Well, maybe in another time, in another life, we'll have the ability to test that theory. I accept your thanks for what it is. the young ones so rarely deserve the fate they get in war or anything else. But it's neither here nor there.
Yi-Ling, Loraphyra, and for the two of you also taking care of Mani. We spoke only briefly in the Dream City, but to hear her voice again is more a blessing than I could have ever prayed for. Thank you for taking care of her.
It appears to be an ongoing situation in these various domains that the children must pay for the sins of their mothers.
We will make certain they have a different future.
Or at
You
least
asked before we needed to understand what it is that the Dark Lord Xinshang's after. What my Empress is set out to achieve with her city. We have witnessed thus far that she has assigned her the most dangerous of her guardsmen to protect that which is most precious to her. Her daughters. And though she would keep them and she would have them protected, she would not see to their needs or show them any compassion. For all this and more, we will find the fourth. We will find Leon. And when all four have passed on from the dream, there is no doubt that the path to the Nightingale Bell will open to us. The Empress has not yet shown herself to us. She remains ever in her chamber, planning and planning for what she desires for this city. It is unknown of whether or not she knows we are here. But when the time comes, I will let her know that the ravens have come for her.
All right. Well, that was metal. I love that. Really enjoyed that. With that, our heroes make their way to the mansions. And once they again find themselves along the dimly lit bridges.
What time of day is it at this point?
It is, let's see, you're awake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I will say that it is probably sunset, because you wouldn't have necessarily slept at night, per se, just when you could.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been a little bit overdue. So I think night is about to fall. And the sky is colored purple and orange.
Beautiful. All right. Start scanning about, looking for the girl with the mini eyes. Lynn, what did you say her name is again?
Leon.
Leon.
All right, please give me perception rolls.
Yeah, inside the mansion.
She was a beauty without compare.
Okay, you see the eye creature just to the east, across the bridge, near a house in a little alleyway. But you also see one of the Jiangshi nearby.
Take care.
And
The Zhanshi near the daughters are always stronger, larger, more powerful.
you also see a blue-skinned tiefling poking his head out of a hut in the upper east corner. You had all spotted him before.
Do I recall? I think he may have assisted me or the wild while effecting an escape from notice at one point.
I think it was during the river battle, maybe.
No, it was a separate instance where I was trying to walk somewhere, and I think I would have been noticed, but someone poked their head out and like insulted the Zhangxi and then ran off. But I don't recall if it was the blue skin tiefling or someone else.
I think it might have been.
Okay.
So we'll
That
say
was a
yes.
long time ago.
It was
Back
a long time
in
ago.
2024.
Yeah,
Dog's
man.
age.
That was last year. Like, how are we supposed to remember anything?
That's right.
Also, I am not on the map, so I can't see anything.
Well, let's rectify that. Here you go, Drausken. And I put you on the wrong layer. Brilliant. There we
Thank you. Perfect.
Okay.
Grumpy old man back in action.
And we're up on the roof to see what's going on here. Okay, there's Zhang. She's that eye sister.
Have the Jiangxi noticed us at this point?
Well, Drausken has walked brazenly across the bridge, and indeed, a Jiangxi turns and begins floating in his direction.
Have your meal ready.
Have your weapons at the ready. The Jiangxi of the waking world are not likely to negotiate.
Indeed, it shouts, alerting another one nearby. And then I am going to need you to roll initiative.
Here we go.
Dang.
I hate initiative.
Tell you what, I'm glad to be here because I've got pretty much all my spells untapped.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Pretty much. What did you use?
None. I used wild shapes.
I mean, we got a long rest. You got all your stuff back.
Oh, that's true. I went the entire day without spending anything. I should have
How is
spent
it
something.
possible
That
to
is
feel so well rested and yet not rested at all?
A mystery for the ages.
All right. Poor old Sir Guandao pulls out the mirror.
Oh my lord.
Fine. You probably have to kill them anyway.
No, if we don't fight them, because, many of us have. I mean, we lost the wild. Let us be careful. We are down one.
You have a better idea of how to get over there without attracting their attention?
I mean, we've already attracted their attention, but show them the mirror and perhaps they'll run and we won't have to deal with them. Fight
Yi-Ling,
smarter, not harder.
Yi-Ling, they're approaching, so what do you do?
Yeah, she will. Which one's gonna get to the first? The one to the north, probably. She will step over that way and just be ready with her mirror. As soon as it's can see it. She'll show it.
Yep. Okay. You have a mirror ready to go. Okay. So this one is going to, let's see. It's going to float slowly up and then get about here and get a few more feet floating across the bridge, arms extended and fangs bared.
Remember, they can still drain your life from afar.
Lynn.
Wait, I'm first with an 8?
I mean, technically you're second of us.
You're second with an 8.
Y'all rolled. Wow, y'all rolled like shit. I just noticed.
I got
The
cleric
other-
initiative. That's normal.
And the other
Usually I
Zhangxi
roll.
got a 1.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to go ahead and use a first level spell slot. I feel like this is a good start to try this.
I need bad music.
I'm going to go over to Drausken and hand a small ceramic vial with an aromatic yellow fluid and say, "Drink this. It'll stave off their claws, at least for a while. And I'm
Righty
going
then.
to, if you will allow me to, cast Heroism.
Hell yeah.
You are immune to being frightened while I'm concentrating on the spell, and you gain 4 temporary hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Pretty handy.
Pretty handy indeed.
It was indeed for me.
More so if these guys hit like I did.
All right, Lynn, anything else from you?
That is... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and peek around this corner and see if there's anything coming from behind.
Okay. Drausken, you're up next.
All right. Well, Drausken will take the lead of Yi-Ling and pull out the hand mirror, kind of grip it in the hand that he's got his shield held with. Don't know if he'll be able to use it regularly, but at least he'll have it handy. And we're going to go ahead, probably take like a small step forward and just wait for the Zhangxi to approach. If it gets up close, he'll try and flash the mirror in its face. If that doesn't work, well, fisticuffs is always an option.
It is. It is. The best option, typically.
One that fighters and barbarians are pretty fond of.
Loraphyra.
I'm going to move and dash to get up over here so that I can actually see what's going on. And that is my turn.
Okay. The Zhangxi here is going to make its way and go up the stairs all the way after a dash to get to Yi-Ling, who then is going to react. Flashing the mirror, the Zhangxi sees its reflection and is immediately terrified.
Ooh.
And it uses its reaction in order to move 20 feet in the opposite direction.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, excellent. Yi-Ling just sort of breathes a sigh of relief that it worked.
Isn't it great when you know the mythology?
She just paid attention when people talked about what just happened in the river.
You know, like you do. This is the point where I will remind you that Night Eye's not on the initiative tracker.
Yeah, bring in our Umbral Inquisitor, man.
Nine
Okay.
Eyes up on the roof, popping popcorn. Oh, guys, you got it.
You guys got it.
I mean, I'm sure she's tired of all of the Zhangxi bullshit.
Yeah, she'll come in now for the next round. All right. Yi-Ling, you're back up.
Oh, well, it worked. Let us move towards who we are going towards. What? I can't see the squares very well. 5, 10, 15. Oh, yeah, I don't want to move too far away from everyone, but just everyone stick together, have their mirrors. She'll be ready to flash it at the other guy when it comes near.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I can move 40 feet. I'll have to go one more.
Sure.
Monk.
You don't get too far away from us, Miss Zippy Feet.
5 feet, 5 feet. You know.
Okay, the Zhangxi indeed floats in.
Hello.
Must
Say
use its
hello to yourself.
reaction and moves 20 feet away.
Hell yeah.
It still has its turn because it didn't have to dash to get there. And so it is going to use consume energy on Yi-Ling.
Yeah, of course. Of course it does. Con save.
Con save.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you take 6 necrotic damage.
Okay. All right, I'm not an ASMR in this game. Okay.
But more importantly, you prevented it from using its slam attacks.
Yes.
Which definitely
back.
add up. Okay. The Inquisitor is going to run up the stairs and join the battle here. Lynn?
Let's see. Might I make a... Oh, wait, no. No, never mind, I can see her.
Okay.
I would actually like to move this way here, and then if you would permit me to, using the same movement, step off the bridge, and then kind of sling underneath it, because I have spider climb as a racial passive.
Excellent. You absolutely do that. Your joints seem to go the wrong direction a couple of times as you do so, weirding out your companions, but they stay focused on the Zhangxi.
It's just you,
We're actually going to go ahead and
Lynn.
make... we're
It's
just going to
the
go ahead
Sadako walk.
We're going to go and make that a dash and move only 25 feet this way, so as to remain underneath the bridge and out of sight.
Go ahead and give me a stealth roll as well.
Not going to go well. But it might be well enough.
Might be well enough. Okay. Alrighty. So, as you do so, you kind of peek around the bridge and look up, and it would appear that Zhangxi is completely focused in the direction of Yi-Ling, as uncomfortable as looking in that direction is becoming. Okay, so, Drausken.
Okay. Drausken is going to step forward. All the way up to the Zhangxi, making sure to bop Yi-Ling on the back of the head as he walks by. He's like, "Stay behind your fighter."
Gracious.
And just kind of approaches the Zhangxi,
Sir,
pulling
yes,
the
sir.
mirror out, just trying to kind of drive it away again.
Okay, it's already used its reaction.
Get
Well-
out of here, you ugly bastard.
Actually, wait, no, because it reacted on its turn. So I think it's actually, it can react again.
That's up to you.
Reactions are weird.
It reacted and then it had its turn, and then
So it's doing this, like floating at you, and then it stops and it goes like back in the opposite direction. Okay. Did you want to do anything else?
I mean, that's a movement and an action. I don't know that I have much more beyond that, so
Okay.
no. Just going to keep the mirror at the ready.
Yep. Loraphyra, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to use that to move up here alongside Night Eye. I have the... How do I want to do this? I have the mirror in my left hand facing down the stairs and the rod of spell absorption as my focus in my right. And looking down at the Jiangshi, I'm going to be a little bit rude and drop a Sacred Flame on it.
Okay.
Because it amuses me.
Because, yeah, I mean, you might as well get your mileage now.
Look, this is the one place where I can get a 0.
And that's from rolling a 4.
A 0 and a 1.
Amazing. 10 points of radiant damage on that guy.
This is what we call this is what we call the good matchup.
Yeah, that's right. Straight bullying.
Yep. Oh yeah, no. I
here.
am going to bully these Jiangshi until I can't anymore. But I'm also holding up the mirror in my other hand so that if it comes near me, it's at about face level.
Okay. Cool.
And that's my turn.
All right. Really, more than anything else, his feelings are hurt.
Good.
But seeing this situation, and all of you are equipped with mirrors and strategy, this thing is going to float away.
Bye-bye.
Fleeing combat.
Good.
We will walk across the bridge, bop Drausken on the back of the head. Right behind you, General. And just be ready with her mirror if something comes near her.
All right, Yi-Ling cast Petty. Very good job. It's super effective. All right, the Jiangshi is not going to approach. It will attempt a consume energy on Drausken. So con save, Drausken.
All right, 15. Despite having a significantly higher modifier than Yi-Ling.
I mean,
Okay.
I will point out that we've got 3 charges of the Deadpool, and it's a short game today.
Yep,
It's
that's true.
hardly worth it.
Yeah, so it's 15 necrotic damage for failing, and it is going to float in the opposite direction.
Remember, we've got 4 temp HP.
I subtracted that first.
Cool.
Okay.
And it'll come back next turn.
All right. What does my Inquisitor even do?
Stay with the group.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, we're going to make this nice and easy. And she'll touch. And actually hit, doing 11 damage. I don't have any necrotic resistance.
Weirdly.
And more importantly, draining will not restore HP this turn. All right, Lynn.
Lynn's gonna climb down from underneath the roof, and she's gonna continue this way. We're gonna take a move action here. And as she turns, she sees this creature ducking behind Allie, and she says, "Leon, is it really you?"
In sort of a wave of motion from the top of the body going down, the eyes go wide in a sort of wave movement. And then you hear a voice as it cocks its head to the side. Its head. And it says, Lynn, it's not possible. Did my mother create you?
In a sense, she did.
Will she allow you to approach her?
I am not here on her allowance. I'm here for you.
For me? You cannot deny the Empress. None of us can. Though I would even accept her scolding, her admonitions, if she would but look upon me.
The Empress idols herself with a dream. She holds no authority there as she does here.
And I am her nightmare. I am her shame.
She never really understood how beautiful you were, did she?
I was once. Now, I might behold beauty, but little else. All right, we're going to go to Drausken.
Right. Well, Drausken is going to continue attempting to drive the remaining Zhangxi away. Again, just moving up, keeping the mirror at the ready. Kind of staying behind his shield for what it's worth, but doesn't really affect the energy drain.
Okay, you endure and march forward with determination and grit. Okay. Loraphyra.
At this point, I'm just going to keep moving forward, staying generally with the group. So, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Why not? I'll move and dash, and that is my turn.
Oh, okay. I thought for sure I was going to get hit again.
I'll have a little bit of gentle mercy on the terrified Zhangxi running away from us. For now.
Yi-Ling.
We'll also move up. Just sort of be ready. Seeing Lynn down there and just kind of sticking in the middle of the pack here. Middle of the pack.
Okay.
Just looking around to see if there's anything else besides Jiangxi around here. And actually, what's the guy doing? What's our tiefling friend doing?
He actually moved further into the house, and he's just sort of peeking out from the darkness.
Okay. She's watching. She's keeping an eye out.
Okay. This Zhangxi is seeing its reflection even in the distance. It wants nothing to do with this, and is going to likewise flee combat. And as it disappears, the tiefling moves further into the house and vanishes as well. And that will conclude initiative. So,
Sounds enjoyed Lynn. Though.
So, Lynn, you are joined with your companions as they have driven away the remaining Jiangxi, and you are all with one of the daughters of Xiansheng.
Drausken's going to go ahead and stay at the top of the staircase, just making sure that the Zhangxi don't try and come back.
Good call.
He will also remind his allies that the daughters tend to have guardians.
Drausken, give me an insight roll.
$18.
You noticed you are a little bit more let's say suspicious of others, particularly when you are in a combat situation. The tiefling moved away as you approached with mirrors out, and you haven't seen the guardian Jiangxi.
I was curious about that, but didn't want to jump to assumptions.
Trust your gut. Your assumptions are good.
You can, when you can see a cat's eyes and just as it's reflecting, and they're like the two dots, you see the creature in there, and a tiefling does not have dark vision. Well, actually, yes, they do.
I was about to say.
I'm thinking of Dragonborns.
Or Dragonborn.
But you can definitely tell as you just kind of like hold the mirror in your hand that it's very cagey. And you suspect that this is perhaps the most tricky of the bunch.
Well, in that case, he's definitely going to hold his post at the top of the stairs.
Well done. All right. So the rest of you are with the daughters, and you are currently talking to Xianling. Or yeah, that's the one. I could only behold it, but I remember how beautiful I thought myself to be. I remember the hours spent brushing my hair, getting my clothes and makeup just exactly perfect. And if anything was wrong, I'd erase it all and start again. I guess to that extent, I am like her. You have to understand, she came from a place very different, a kingdom that was very different, a place that she had to save. So no matter what she's done, and no matter the fact that she has rejected me, I will always love my mother.
You can
Not
love
much.
You can love someone and yet acknowledge that they have hurt you greatly and all of those around you, including your sisters. Love can cover over a multitude of wrongs, but this much?
Do you have a mother? That you know, of course you have a mother.
I did. I lost her a long time ago.
Did you know her?
Yes. Not as long as I wished I could have. I was young, relatively speaking, when we were separated.
Was she proud of you?
I think so.
I think she must have been. Because you are very beautiful.
I hope she was. I always wanted to be like her. I was her little shadow.
My mother held me up in the light. I was her beauty, her statuesque, exemplary woman. The pride of our family.
What happened?
I died. I think. And then I came back. And I was this. And she wouldn't recognize me. She turned her eyes away. I caught a glimpse as I looked up into Pingon Tower. I saw her on a terrace once. And I thought I saw another young woman. She looked so much like I used to. I think she found a new daughter. Someone whose beauty is worthy of her vision.
There are many kinds of beauty. You have very lovely eyes. And I think this experience has made you kinder.
Roll persuasion.
11, not terrible.
You're kind to say so. I don't even have anything that is beautiful.
I have reason to believe that you yet remain her most prized treasure. for the lengths she has gone through to keep you protected, to keep you safe. It defies all meaning. This realm she has claimed, that she has crafted for what can only be the memory of you that she cherishes. All the same, it was for you and your sisters that you might live on in memory. Misguided though she may be, it is a sort of love, a sort of mourning.
Well, I am touched by everyone's kind words, but I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what it is I can do for you.
Lynn is going to reach her hand up to this wooden plank, sort of reaching over the awning here. And if I may be permitted a little poetic license.
Granted.
With the casting of Druidcraft,
Hell yeah.
a small branch begins to grow from the knotted wood. And it begins to split and divide into twigs, which then sprout from them a bundle of buds, blooming into brilliant plum blossoms. She takes a small branch of the plum blossoms and presents them to lay on. And she says, "You would never let yourself be seen without one of these. Your favorite."
She reaches out with eye-covered fingers and takes the floral plum blossoms, and there's kind of a squish, and she places them near her head where her ear would have been. Oh. You can see her other eye. She holds up a hand, and her eyes are looking at herself. And she goes, "That's very beautiful. I wish I had something to go with it. A dress, slippers, like I used to."
Would this make you happy? Would this bring you peace?
Perhaps your friend is right. Perhaps in my own way, I can find beauty within myself, even if my mother won't see it anymore. Yes, I would be satisfied.
I look at Yi-Ling and Loraphyra. I ask, "Have we any fine threads and fabrics?" "I have here a set of needle and threads. It would be no difficulty for me to fashion a dress for my darling Leon."
Well, I do not think that we have anything here besides this, and Loraphyra will touch the silk robe that she's wearing, which might be a little painful for you to handle. But perhaps we can find something in and amongst the market stalls.
Her eyes turn all, again in kind of like a wave, and they'll look at the gown as you point to it, and they kind of go white again, and you read this as being impressed.
Oh, Loraphyra will take it off immediately and offer it in both hands.
The creature reaches out and says, "May I?"
With all my heart.
And takes it. And she slips it on. Ow. It hurts my eyes to wear things. But I just try to keep them closed. Thank you.
I have heard it said that beauty is pain.
Oh, that is lovely.
As she vogues.
She's checking out all the angles.
Amazing.
She's like, ooh. And so as she does that, all of her eyes close together, and then she disappears and leaves behind a golden comb.
Lynn kneels down and gently picks up the comb. And to no one in particular, she just whispers, "When this nightmare is over, I will see you again."
Drausken, you hear a shout from within the house, and then some crashing of various tables and stuff inside, and then everything goes still.
Oh, poor thing.
Temper tantrum.
And with that, he'll go ahead and slide the mirror into his belt pouch.
He's like,
Amazing.
Well done, Lynn. Well done, Loraphyra.
Loraphyra will come up alongside Lynn and gently touch her shoulder.
Well, her treasures are gone. Her sentinels dispatched. Surely by now she must know.
We have one
And if
treasure yet to dispatch, but I'm sure she knows.
Eyes gaze toward the tower. And if you would permit me,
No, all out of permits today.
I would see her drawn out. I would see her faced with the fear of the inevitable. Would you permit me 10 minutes to ritual cast a spell?
Oh, yes.
She's going to lay down a number of instruments, clay pots with incense, and she's going to lay out a long roll of parchment, which she will brush in deep black ink calligraphy, a sort of molasses from drawn from old oaks, burnt woods. As she finishes writing, she leans the incense over and sets the parchment alight. The smoke coalesces and begins to snake and weave through the air. The clouds begin to churn. And in the Akathi language, I write, "The nightmare ends. The ravens come."
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yizzle.
I don't think I've ever seen Skywrite used in a campaign. That is amazing.
It's such a cool narrative spell.
I've only seen it in Critical Role.
It's the second time I've seen it in a campaign. The first one was Spike, because he was using it to advertise his tailoring business to the town, and he was skywriting every day. He was also using plant growth to build all the flax to make his garments.
You know, druids are scary, man.
I should have known better. You can't invite super high int people to play in games where there's a lot of downtime.
Valid. Also, yes, Dane, I agree. That sounds like a calling card.
It is very similar, for sure. All right, you have threatened to steal her heart.
Back in my day, we usually used horns and drums to the same effect, but
We can
do
still
we
do that.
know what our plan is? We have golden trinkets, but that alone probably won't bring her domain crashing down.
Well, we have one more daughter to send to whatever rest she may find once I give her these, and Loraphyra will gently pull out the flowers. Once those are given, then we will have the fourth trinket. I suspect that they will be much like the lines of that poem spell, and we will know how to use them when the right time comes. I hope.
I hope so too. But we went into the fight knowing what her fatal flaw was, and the poem provided a weapon. Do we know the weakness of the Empress?
Look at Lynn.
I'm beginning to piece it together.
Piece it together quickly, young one. We haven't much time. I suspect she'll be looking for us now.
We should move quickly to the last child.
Yes. Let us
Then
make
to
our
the
way over
gardens
there.
we go.
Indeed.
Hmm.
Swiftly.
And to the gardens we go then. And hi we to
Hie we hither.
To the next map.
We just have
Alright.
tokens scattered across all of the maps at this point.
It's fine.
I know, right? Oh,
It's fine.
sorry.
Everything's
Oh.
fine.
Rip.
Rip.
Okay.
For those who weren't looking, there was the Wild's token was on here.
Rip, the DM says, having brutally killed the Wild.
You said Rip.
Rip in pieces.
Hey guys, I said psych.
All right.
there it goes. Where are we supposed to be? Oops.
So north side. I'm just gonna move you all just outside of it. And where are my characters? There they are. So Drausken, Yi-Ling, Lin.
Yeah, here. Cool. Tight.
I will offer Lynn the flowers that we gathered. You know her best.
Thank you. I will be with you forthwith. And walk through the gates, or you know what? It doesn't look like this place is as guarded as the other place.
Yeah. The front's pretty guarded, but
All right, you push on to the gates, and they slowly part in front of you, and you step within, seeing the blood spattered across the soil, drying.
The crimson plumage.
Well, that's some carnage.
It's much nicer on the other side.
We're going to work our way around to underneath the gazebo here.
And you see her form of the face of the wood. Lynn.
Mani, it warms me to see you again.
Be mourned, Lin. The Jiangxi fled from your battle, but they came here, and they warned the Empress. She remains in the dream world. She did not see the writing in the sky, but the servants did. As she has been told, she will be on her guard.
As I suspect she will. But the inevitable comes. We will wrest the Nightingale Bell from her grasp.
I fear that to do so, you will have to kill her. And I would only ask that you exercise the mercy you can possibly afford. She may not deserve a painless end, but for my sake.
I like to think that she loved you too in return.
She loved what she thought she loved in us. But we never could be what she truly wanted, and so she loves perhaps someone, but not me.
Still, you remain her most well-guarded treasure.
Not the most. I have the best view of the tower. I have seen my sisters move in and out of it, never leaving these grounds. But I see their forms in my dreams. Somehow, she must see the truth of us. Do you know how? Do you know how to wake her?
I have an idea. I must travel to the dream to do so. But while I am here, I present the bouquet, and I say, chrysanthemums, your favorite. You love to decorate your bedchambers with them.
I remember. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for remembering me and the things that I love. Remembering who I am. I felt that you were my only real friend in the world. And what my mother did to you was unforgivable. She didn't know that as she dismembered you, she tore me apart.
The roads that have taken me here have not been clean, but here they have taken me nonetheless. I'm happy to have seen you at least one last time.
There is a great difference about you, Lynn. Where once there was fear, deference, timidity, there is strength and boldness. Like a bud at last blossomed. And with that, her form goes stiff, and her features are no longer distinct from the tree. There is, instead, a golden chrysanthemum.
Sleep well. This dream will be over soon. With the last of her treasures missing, no doubt she retreats to the tower. But Yi has furnished me with an interesting bit of information. The Empress in here in the waking world sleeps. She presides within the dream. As you know, the two realms have a way of affecting one another. It may be necessary to return there once more.
I think you are correct. And from the sound of it, you may need to wake her to this world before we could finish the job. That may be what those tokens are for.
A tricky prospect regardless. Moving in and out of the dream is not so simple as we had hoped.
Not that hard.
Says the one who tears up and cries every single time they have to concentrate on a memory.
It worked.
It's not silly if it works.
Yeah. Girl knows how to meditate.
True.
If this side is less guarded, it may be well worth the effort now that the Bloodhawk is dead to move further within and then send those who can across the Dream Veil.
There are a lot of guards on that side.
That is why I suggest getting as deep as we can here, where it seems
Do you-
to be less
Bypassing the
guarded.
guards.
Do you think if we fight our way to the Queen's bedchambers and then make our way to the dream, we may simply appear before her?
It is not outside the realm of possibility. Dream logic escapes me entirely, but
I mean, there doesn't seem to be anyone on this side. We could literally just climb up to the tower, and then if we can fall asleep here, we can be right there, but we don't have any idea what will be waiting on the other side, on the inside of the tower. We only made
Yi-Ling proved well and able to navigate these roofs. And with our only obstacle, the Bloodhawk, removed,
the only obstacle we know of. Well,
Right. I don't know that I'm going to be climbing and hopping amongst rooftops, if it's all the same to you.
we can go
I
to
think it would come.
we can go to the base of the tower, see if there is a door, and perhaps we can get your old bones up a flight of stairs.
No stairs I can handle.
Very good.
It comes to swords then.
It always does in the end.
Don't really think we had any expectations of anything less. I mean, unless you believe you can speak to her and have her just let everyone go and give up the domain.
As we said before with Mother Lorinda, they are beyond that level of help. The Dreadlords.
Then I will trust you
Ladies.
to see us. Then I will trust you to see us delivered to the tower, to the Empress's bedchambers.
No time like the present.
Further up, further in. And we'll head for the door, carefully, like, even knowing that the thing that had all of the blade arms is probably gone, Loraphyra is still going to very carefully do a peek.
Okay.
Yi-Ling might go around the same way she did on the Dreamworld side and climb the tree and
Yeet!
get up to the roof and see what she can see up there.
All right. So, Loraphyra, you peek open the door, and you can see there is a large pool of blood. But there's no blade monster.
I'll look up at Yi-Ling and flash a thumbs up.
Yi-Ling, from your perspective, well, one, you can see this strange, monstrous toad just sitting happily on a rock, thinking about its toad life. And you, as you look at the pool of blood, it seems oddly profound, considering that there's no there's no hole there for it to sit in.
No. She's like, as long as it's fine, just gonna trot on past. Live and let live for these creatures anyway. She only killed the hawk because it was gonna eat Flynn. So, you know.
What a happy accident.
All right, Loraphyra, do you want to step through the gates?
Yeah, once I've confirmed that the blade monster thing is gone, I will step through the gates.
All right, you do so. You push the doors open and step through. And you likewise look down at the pool and see that it looks like it has depth beyond what logic would dictate.
Don't love that.
Give
Even
me
here in the waking world, your eyes cannot be trusted.
Give you what, Adam?
what is your passive perception?
22.
There is
When you can't take ASIs, you take the feats you can get.
right. Yep, exactly. No, that's the wrong day. Do-do-do. Oh, maybe. You see something gleaming within the pool. Like a metallic sheen.
How deep does it appear to be at that point?
About arm's length.
Oh, I'm not reaching my arm in there.
You don't want to reach into the pool of blood? Why not?
I've got this one outfit, and I don't have prestidigitation, so...
I'll do it.
There are trees about here. Let us find a fallen stick and use a stick. We are tool-using monkeys.
All right, Drausken, do you want to use a stick or do you want to stick your arm in?
At the insistence of my group leader, Drausken will use a tool.
Okay. All right.
He, in fact, has a long sword.
All right, give me a sleight of hand dexterity check.
Yeah, that's something I have a lot of points in. Ooh.
Oh, so you're the other one that I should drop Sacred Flame on. Got it.
You awkwardly fish at it, but you can't get it.
Be a lot easier with the hand, you know.
Likely. If you would like to risk your arm reaching into a pool of blood in a domain of dread, have fun.
He kind of like pauses and waits for something resembling an exact order from Loraphyra. And if she does not provide one,
she's not giving one.
Oh,
If I might, I might alleviate the difficulty of this. Don't know if this is going to make any sort of physical sense, but
Hell yeah.
If you permit me.
We love sentences that begin with, this makes no physical sense.
Writing permits all night long.
I do what I want.
I know more than you, son.
can I see the bottom of the pool?
Yes.
Okay. If the bottom of the pool happens to be open dirt, much like this pathway here, I would like to use mold earth and raise it up to us.
That's awesome.
I got all the weird spells today, man.
That's so
Got them all.
good.
So druid.
That is an underused cantrip.
Okay.
Hands straight soil just pushes it forward.
Slowly rising from the blood is a hilt of a sword, and then the blade extends out, and gripping onto the blade is a hand made of blood.
And our Lady of the Lake moment.
Correct.
Lady of the Blood Lake.
And the blood seems to writhe and move.
Like, just like, what the fuck?
It's all right. It doesn't make any more sense up close.
Hey, tell me this is more weird than actual mythology. It's like not even close to as weird.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We love a little good mythology here.
Drausken, do you take it?
Any takers? No?
I'm making you a born to be.
Creepy blood sword it is. And he'll reach down and grab it.
Yeah.
Swords are not my instruments. These shears are a little too large for my hands.
There is kind of a disgusting squelching sound as you grip the handle, and you can feel your fingers impress into the congealed mess, and the blood squeezes from between your fingers, and it's very, very warm. And as you pull it out, the hand seems to relinquish the edge and descend back into the pool. And as you draw it away from the pool, the blood comes off of the sword, leaving it clean in your hands.
Yeah. Not worse than ripping a man's guts out.
The fact that that is your point of comparison.
All right, you gain a new longsword.
A sword!
A sword of wounding.
Well, that's a ripoff. All swords are swords of wounding.
So true.
Man, when you write, you write.
And what the hell? We're gonna throw a +1 magical enhancement on that.
Hell yeah. Drausken, you got a shiny new sword.
Yep. Now we just, fingers crossed, hope I can hit.
You know, it's a +1, so you can hit one better.
That's true. I will take every plus to hit. I will take every plus to hit over any plus to damage.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is Dane, so +14. Hopefully that helps.
Are you trying to rebuild his character that could hit with like a +30 or something?
He's still gonna roll a 1.
Probably.
All right.
Well, that was the beauty of that character, because in 3rd edition, I could sacrifice
Right, yeah.
I could sacrifice my AC to boost my attack roll. So I just dumped my AC down to nothing every round.
Amazing.
Realize I've been muted this whole time. Well, whatever, it's all right.
So, as you hold the blade in your hands, you can see the tower looming before you, and
Bloodbarian.
its dangers await within. not all of which can be bypassed in the waking world. And so it's going to take a little bit of creative thinking to mount this tower. But guys, we are in the home stretch
Woo!
of the calf.
We're doing it.
Also, though, I mean, creative thinking, we're fucked, man.
I don't know. If we just sit and let Lynn have 10 minutes to respond, then she'll come up with something, absolutely brilliant.
Step 1, get into the tower. We can do that, I think.
Step 2, don't die.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I'm just gonna pull another unexpectedly underused spell out of my ass, and it's gonna somehow be the proper
That's
solution.
exactly what we need. There we go.
Amazing.
That's right.
We
Is
love
there
it.
any way we can leverage my woodworking tools? That seems to be where I really excel.
Oh, amazing. All right. Well, that sounded like a wrap-up point to me, Mr.
Yes.
GM.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for being here this evening. It's a little bit of a shorter episode, but because I had work this morning and it ran a little bit late, I didn't want to risk running in the door and having to slam myself in front of the computer. So, 2-hour session it is. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll be streaming the rest of this week, Persona 4 Golden tomorrow, and Vampire the Masquerade on Thursday, which I'm very excited about. We're getting Ash's story moving, damn it. We'll be back next week with more death and hopefully get ourselves into this flippin' tower one way or another. We'll see what happens. So, until we meet again, friends, I hope that your journey back through the mushroom circles is as calm and as peaceful as it is possible to be. And until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane. And we'll see you all next time. Good night.